Your country is the way it is because of the people living in it and the choices they make as a collective. It's basically saying that Indians are not smart enough. They are dumb and they are not smart like the white people. And we cannot use all these resources in a productive way and cannot end corruption and cannot progress. Even after so many years, 70, 80 years of our freedom, still we cannot progress and we are not at par with America and Europe. Corruption exists in every country, even in America. Even this guy said that all the billionaires are basically robbing our country. They are running our country and they are just using the country for their own profit, for their own personal gains. He is admitting that corruption exists in his own country, and yet still accusing us Indians, me, of having corruption in my country, and that's the reason that we cannot grow. So when corruption exists in both the countries, what is the reason why India is lacking behind? Let's analyze this. By the way, shockingly, this guy is a liberal. This guy hates Trump and he basically blames all of his own problems to the system, but for some reason our problems is not of the system problem, it is our problem. It is we who are flawed, not the system. Do you see the hypocrisy? How much hypocrite you have to be? So anyways, let's focus on the problem now. Why we are lacking behind? Why almost all the Asian countries are lacking behind? It's just one simple reason. That is slavery. And there are many other reasons. Just let's imagine for the argument's sake, to make this argument simple enough for all the white people, for Americans and Europeans and everyone who think that we are dumb guys, we are the race of dumb people. Let's make this argument simple. Let's just say we have all the resources in the world to progress forward. Even though we lack petroleum, all our gold and diamond mines have been robbed by Britishers, East India Company and all, and we are still being robbed by all the rich companies around the world. But no, let's not consider that. Let's consider that we have equal amount of resources as much as American and Europeans, and we have equal amount of flaws. India has casteism just like racism in America. We have all sorts of corruptions just like corruptions in America and European countries. Let's just imagine it's all equal. Even if these two things are at par, these two systems are at par, these two machineries are running on the same fuel, we have same amount of resources, minerals and all, and we have same amount of flaws, corruption and racism and all. Still, we have been paused for 200 years, 150 to 200 years because of slavery of East India Company and Britishers made us slaves, and our growth was stagnant, if not regressive. Our growth was stagnant, we were not growing, and this machinery kept on growing. Even if we imagine at the same speed, still this machinery kept on growing, kept on moving forward. We were stagnated for 150 years. And after 150 years, we started growing together. Now we have started growing together. Anyway, no matter how fast we grow, we will still be behind this because this is also growing. It had a good head start and it is still growing. And we didn't have that head start. We were paused. Our growth was paused. Our cultural growth, economic growth, every growth was paused. We were treated as shit for 200 years, not even humans. And once we have started moving again, so this vehicle, which is already ahead of us, started throwing obstacles in between our pathway. So not only now we are moving ahead at a lower speed, but we have to now deal with all of the obstacles in our pathway. We were paused, and when we started again, we were slow, and we become even more slower because of all the obstacles that we have to cross. So we are basically stuck in time. We are way behind America. Let's just imagine 1922, America and Europe. And they are stuck with 2022 problems. 1922 America with 2022 technology and problems. They are culturally at 1922. They are trying to adapt with the 2022 technology. They have to solve these complex problems of 2022. But they are at 1920s. How can a country which is in 1920s, stuck in 1920s, can solve problems of 2022? Even if you give them all the equipments and all the modern technology, it's not possible. It will take some time to unravel all these problems, to understand what the technology is. And the technology is still growing forward. So you are not even able to understand the current technology, but the current technology is also moving forward. They're also evolving. How can we keep competing with the machine which is already ahead of us? With a cultural system, economical system, financial system, all these systems which are 100 years, 150 years ahead of us, how can we even dare to compete? Asia is stuck 100 years behind. Africa is stuck 200, 300 years behind. We all are stuck behind culturally, economically, financially. And the only way to make it at par is if this machinery starts working slower, not regressively, slower, moving forward slowly, and rest of the machineries move forward with a greater pace so that they can come at par. Which doesn't make sense. I know. Why would any country try to slow their pace down? No country will try to slow their pace down. That doesn't make sense. I know. But it's a mathematical problem, a simple mathematical problem. There is no other answer. The machinery which is moving forward at great pace has to reduce its pace, not regress, but has to reduce its pace so that the other people can follow, can catch up. Other countries can catch up. But since no countries are friend in a true way, nobody's gonna wait for us, for Asia, for Africa, nobody's gonna wait. Hence, that's why I say there is no hope. There is no hope whatsoever. It's a lost cause. There is no hope for Asian countries. There is no hope for African countries. There is no hope for any other country. It's not a racist argument. It's just simple math, kid math. Unless and until these countries which are moving forward at a great speed stop technologically, culturally, they have to either stop or move forward very slowly in order for other countries to catch up. Only then the whole world will be at par. Either they have to help other countries so that other countries can move forward with greater speed. But that's not happening. Culturally, it might happen because of YouTube and because of Instagram and because of all these things. But I don't think so financially and economically it is possible. Because no country will help other country. That's just a policy. No person will take money out of their pocket and help, genuinely help. Not like giving 10 rupees or a dollar to a beggar. That's not helping. Helping is getting involved in their lives, getting involved in other countries' decisions and actually uplifting them. Unless and until that happens, countries are never be at par. They will never be able to catch up. It's not gonna happen. And hence, it's a lost cause. I'm sorry, it's a lost cause.